happy.
Jesus
She is
Christ.
not happy.
Oh.
Just for a week though, for like pulmonary rehab. I gotta go get my coffee, honey.
Okay.
We have a minute, right?
Yeah, you got time. Prince Harry's like, give me a drink. Right. Oh my God. I'd be like, oh.
How
Where's
was your
Frankie
week?
Yankovic?
Did you have a good week, Rob?
Oh, it was just, I was just telling your husband, I'm toast.
Yeah,
Rob is toast.
This has been a busy freak. I am so tired.
Isn't she a gorgeous bride?
She's absolutely stunning.
Stunning. That dress is gorgeous.
And when she ends up owning Windsor Castle, it's going to be great.
Yeah, right?
She's going to be like 5 years. See ya.
It's like the Japanese and Hawaii.
Absolutely stunning.
She is, and that's a wonderful dress. I hope
It's
that,
beautiful.
I hope that they're going to be happy. This kid's going to have a hard time settling down, though, man. He's been like a out of control jet pilot.
Out of control jet pilot.
William's he's kind of laid back, but this young boy, he got the spirit of a stallion.
Just checking my.
Okay, here we go, Lauren Klein.
Other people, the movers and the shakers.
Are we live, hon?
We're live.
Oh,
You know,
jeez.
and your community
Trying to get myself
will make
situated.
Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh
jeez.
Works on the voice of
Oh my
Pittsburgh.
God.
Stand by.
Radio 1025 KDKA.
All right, she is the Pittsburgh property diva, and I do understand that she'll be listing Windsor Castle after today.
Oh, I wish.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yeah, the open house would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday. Anyway, just watching a little bit of the royal wedding, Camilla and Prince Charles there just moments ago, CBS television. Meghan Markle absolutely has outdone herself. Kudos to her.
Stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that dress. I couldn't see it because I was trying to watch on my phone, but I couldn't see like the whole dress.
Very
You know me,
traditional.
I'm all about the fashion.
Yeah. Very traditional, long train, no veil though, which I thought was nice because it really accentuated her beautiful face.
She is stunning.
Here's the thing, brides matter more than anything when it comes to the wedding, and they should be the focal point. But why I want to talk about her for just a minute. Prince Harry, even though he's been a bit of a rebel, he's a cool kid. And they're used to
adorable.
They're used to the pomp and circumstance.
Sure.
Since they were in the bassinet, they've been around
Right.
it. But for her to hit center stage like she did today, she hit it out of the park. I would have just completely melted probably from nerves, but she handled herself extremely well.
Yes, very graceful, and that dress, I just can't get over it. I wish I would have brought a hat with me this morning, but I didn't.
Maybe you can wear his pirate's hat tonight, Bambino's pirate's hat. You know, here's something else too. You know, just the walk. You know, to get to the end of the altar and then back out to the beautiful carriage as she has just got into moments ago with her husband. The fear of just like, please don't let me trip.
Boy, I was just thinking the same thing. That would really suck if she tripped.
I mean, do you imagine on this day, we look back at the marriage of bada-boom, bada-boom. And forget about the dress, forget about everything.
Right, I would trip.
No.
Yes.
She would have tripped me on purpose just to get a laugh.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm really happy for him. And you know, as I said earlier, with all of the sadness in the world today, every once in a while it's nice to have an uplifting story that gives you hope.
It really is. And I needed it, I think, as much as everybody else today. But this is really lovely. And I wonder, Rob, do you know if they practice that wave? You know,
constantly
special wave.
I actually can get carpal tunnel from doing that.
Oh, Jesus.
it's kind of the mix between the Victory Parade ticker tape of World War II and the Miss America wave. You know, it's kind of in between a little bit.
I wonder if they have classes that you have to
go
to.
Can you imagine what this poor young woman had to go through, meeting the family, all of the press, all of the weeks and months of preparation, talking to everyone, and she's probably like, let's just do it.
Well, and the cameras are on you constantly. So you can't even like roll your eyes or make a funny face.
So what
because
happens,
everybody
like,
will catch it.
Your mascara starts to run, or a mosquito flies into your eye.
You have something on your tooth.
Yeah, right. Guys can get away with anything.
Right.
But poor women, when you're the bride, what happens if you like start to perspire?
All eyes are on you.
Well, I
Gotta
think
keep it together.
I think she did well, but here's what it also does, and we both have girls, younger girls. It gives them hope that someday they'll meet their Prince Charming.
That's right. I did. I know. I met my Prince Charming. So
The only difference is the Queen can stroke one check and it's all taken care of. I'd hate to have the caterer's bill for this. All right, listen, let's talk a little bit about the spring market, which is now starting to get into the waning months, but it has been just absolutely, bar none, incredibly busy.
Off the rails busy. Not enough inventory. So for the listeners out there that have been thinking about selling your house, I have not seen a decrease in activity in May like I normally do. Usually by now people are starting to like settle down and wait for the kids to get out of school and start vacations and things like that. It is still as busy as it was 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and the inventory is still low, and the buyers are still out, the interest rates are still good, and people are buying, and there's not enough to choose from.
You know, one of our earlier shows, you talked about municipalities and townships and boroughs and checking in with them and finding out.
Yes.
You know, Dr. Ritchie was here last hour. His brother actually builds homes. And I was thinking about new home construction for just a minute and started to drift back to when I grew up in my neighborhood and how you still see a new development out in the north today or the south, and everybody wants to be a part of it and plug into it. If it's a brand new suburb and you're like the second house going in, you really have to do your due diligence, don't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, you want to know what kind of what's going to happen in that plan. How long is it going to take to develop it? Do you want to be in the middle of a construction zone for the next 5 years?
See, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes it takes a while to sell out all of the lots, and you're going to have vacant lots. You're going to have construction going on all the time. Some people don't like that. Some people don't mind. But the Ryan plans and the Miranda plans, they usually go up pretty fast and sell pretty fast.
Well, those are brands that you can really trust. Yeah,
Well,
I mean, in
yes,
my
and
opinion.
they have, over the years, really improved their product quality and process to where people get really super excited when there's a new development going in and they want to sell their houses, move into the new development. All their friends are going to the new development. So it just depends on, what your urgency is for moving. If you have time, there's a lot of coordination that goes into selling your house and building a new one as far as timing goes. That stresses people out sometimes. I had a couple closings this week that were a little less than delightful, just because, when people aren't on the same page and you have to do that last minute dance.
Kind of like when you go to answer the phone and the caller doesn't realize that the phone's already been engaged.
Right.
And you hear them before they say, hello, we need to get this solved.
Right.
I mean, you can only do so much. And I think what people need to understand, things have evolved. Technology has made things a lot more seamless. But real estate is still a handshake, and it takes time
It does
and
take
paperwork.
time and patience and a lot of meeting in the middle. You rarely get 100% of what you want as the buyer or the seller. Everybody has to make some concessions so that you all get to the same place at the same time without losing it.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and she's had a very busy week, but she loves what she does. 412-628-8286 if you want to call her direct. But if you have anything on your mind in the way of a real estate question, and maybe you're actually going to be talking to your agent later today, you're looking for an agent, you're in the process, buying, selling, and you just have woke up and said, boy, I wish I could just get the answer to that now. Well, guess what? If it has to do with real estate, you can get it right now by calling 866-391-1020 or Dollar Bank Instant Access, KDKRadio.com. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Good morning.
attorneys at Zachariah Brown at 724
getting to the closing table.
6200 or
Oh,
visit Pittsburgh.
listen, I had the greatest wife in the world. Even we were talking, I did this bunch of stuff on this wedding. This Diane was saying, you know, when the guy comes in and he's confrontational, she knows it's not going to last. I was like, you're the brains. I trust you totally. You tell me where my mark is, and I'll hit it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the house. She did everything. I mean, there's so much work that goes into it.
So much goes on. I don't think people realize, and when you don't spend the time to read the stuff that I put in your folder for you, and everything is a surprise, it's really very stressful.
It is.
It is. And people go crazy. Yeah.
Give us a call, 800
I don't even think I even want to own a house anymore.
Okay.
Me either, Rob.
I don't really. I like exactly where I'm at. You know, I have no desire. People are coming there. The walls are cracked. I mean, the fence is peeling. I don't care. I'm very content.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
We got a call?
Yeah.
No donuts.
Two of them.
No donuts.
You ain't gonna eat a donut.
Your car don't go through the drive-thru?
I know, right?
Yes, sir.
Djokovic's bomb, I forgot Djokovic.
I'll do it. Should I do it now?
If you can figure out how to do it, where it doesn't sound.
I'll do it at the bottom. Yeah. That'll sound better. Remind me.
Because then you can just say news.
Hey, is it still right automotive or no?
I don't see anything.
I'm not gonna mention it.
Working on your laptop. Class. Experience it at your local Nissan store. Get a low 159.
You both look like you had a long week.
I had a really.
I can tell.
It was.
My week wasn't so bad.
Mine was.
Well, guess what? It's behind you now,
Yeah.
and bigger and better things, and you're going to start the new week off on a good note.
Yes, I'm going to show houses when we're done here.
Safety feature information. Call 1-888-858-8319 for horsepower comparison, safety feature information, and offer details. Ends 5/31/18.
Hear the word diet and cringe?
Where's Lee? I can't see that far.
Lee,
No,
north
side.
side.
Where Dr. Michael Bacter teaches
Oh, man,
the
my
Shaker's
stuff. Come on,
revolutionary
Bob.
approach that allows you to lose as little as a half-pound per cycle. And
Chris,
learn
can you see
lifestyle
this? Oh, no,
tips
you
that
can't.
These are the people who make Pittsburgh work.
Pretty that is.
If I had one of them horses, man, I'd be giddy up.
Pittsburgh, KDKA.
A
I'll
lot
tell
of
you,
horses. Boy, they have a long route.
they do have a lot of horses, don't they? We're watching the royal wedding coverage on CBS. Gail King doing a great job, part of CBS this morning. And her longtime friend Oprah Winfrey was there today looking incredible, as was George Clooney and his lovely bride.
Yes,
So,
I saw that too.
how does anybody really get to be that handsome in their life?
You
Does
know,
he ever have like a pimple on his
ask
nose?
Chris Klein. He's that handsome.
Oh,
Come on now.
come on, Chris, jump in there. That was a nice compliment.
She just wants me to take her shopping after the show.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, he is your number one fan. There's no doubt about it. All right, let's go to Laura Moon Township. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Good morning. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Property Diva on KDKA Radio.
Hello.
Good morning.
I have a question. I have a property in Lawrenceville,
Okay.
and they're going to build new construction right next to my house, about 3 feet away. They have a variance of 3 feet between their new construction and my house.
Uh-huh.
So when should I list my house? Should it be during the construction, or should I wait until after the units are built?
Let me. What kind of condition is it in? Is it in move-in ready condition, or is it an investment property?
My house is in moving condition.
Sell it now. I'm headed to Lawrenceville after the show today.
So that wouldn't be a problem?
No.
Trying to sell that while they were tearing up the property next door?
No, I don't think so. I think the market in Lawrenceville is excellent. I'm going to show 4 there as soon as we're done with the show this morning. And the inventory is constantly revolving. I wouldn't wait. If you want to sell it now.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, right to the point, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, don't wait.
Don't wait.
And you know, people I think
Wait for it.
understand. I think sometimes construction actually makes people think they want to get in on the
More
fun.
desirable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Lee on the north side for the Pittsburgh Property Diva. Welcome to KDKA Radio. How you doing, Lee?
Hi, doing good. I sure enjoy the show. I listen every Saturday.
Thanks, Lee.
My question, I just sold my house, and I have a closing date. I think it's about June 8th.
Okay.
When do I let my homeowner's insurance agency know, that I've sold it and no longer need their...
You can let them know right now that you're under agreement and you're closing on June the 8th. You want to make sure that property is insured through midnight on June 8th, just in case.
Oh, I see.
Okay? And they'll send you a refund for any advance you've paid.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, that is always nice to get money back. So if you've paid through the end of the year, they'll prorate it to the day you close, and they'll send you a refund.
Okay. One more question.
Sure.
I know my mail will be forwarded to my new address. But if I have a daughter who doesn't know her new address, but she won't be living with me.
Okay.
Should I just let her mail be forwarded to my address until she gets the new address?
I would say that's probably the safest thing to do. And always at the closing table, we always have this little conversation about, if some random piece of mail shows up, that looks important or maybe isn't important, but if mail shows up for the previous owner, just call your agent and let them know that mail came for the past seller, and you can always go and pick it up.
Oh, so give the new homeowner the agent's number.
Right, and just in case something slips through the cracks, because we're all human, and sometimes a piece of mail will slip through that mail forwarding.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah, you're
welcome. And I know magazines don't get forwarded, so that's something that if you paid for them, you would like to pick them up until they get the new address.
Sure, and let all your magazine subscriptions know you're moving too, and they'll make sure it gets to you.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I enjoy your program. I enjoy the banter between you and the host.
Well, thank you. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Listen, we would love to hear from you. 866-391-1020. It's the Pittsburgh Property Diva and the host with you today.
The host.
Yeah, right. Hey,
the host with the most.
You know what? I've heard that a few times. Can you imagine, though, people, as much as we love England, and we do, and the UK, and all of the pomp and circumstance, and the romance, and this beautiful wife, and all of that, England is not a very cheap place to live. We have it pretty good in this country when it comes to interest rates and basically how much the dollar's worth as opposed to, what they're spending for a pound in that part of the world. The tax base is like 83% compared to what we have here in this country. So America is still a pretty nice place to live.
It's a wonderful place to live, especially in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is the best.
And especially if you become a real estate entrepreneur and you end up owning multiple buildings and homes. To me, people who have done that and even got into a career of real estate as you have or your husband has, that's still grassroots. That's who we are. That's capitalism. That's being an entrepreneur. That's really believing in yourself. You know what I mean? Because really, in the end, it's just you.
Right.
The Pittsburgh Property Diva. You may represent Coldwell Banker Murraysville.
That's right.
But it's you.
Yes.
And they're looking right at you saying, okay, we have a deal or not.
Right.
So there's a lot that goes with it, but it's truly, I think, at its basis, one of the best professions anybody can get into who truly believes in the ability to be good at what they do.
I think so. I take a lot of pride in my work. I love my clients, and I'm 150% all the time, and that is sometimes really exhausting.
Yeah, you take it to heart because
you really do.
And I guess it took me to my 6th decade on the earth. You just can't have perfect days all the time. I would always try even to revisit and to fix. Sometimes you just got to let it go.
Sometimes you do. And when Lee called, she brought up a really good point that I wanted to talk about. Do we have time this segment or save it for the next?
No, go. You got time.
Okay. Here's some important things for the buyers and the sellers out there. When you are moving, it is very important that a week, 10 days before you're closing, you are calling your homeowner's insurance company as the seller and saying, you know what, I'm moving, putting the house in somebody else's name, and I want to terminate my policy on the closing date, or the day after the closing date. For the utilities, I had an issue this week where my seller ordered the final readings at my direction, and she ordered them a date early, so they weren't turned on for the closing, and then the buyer has to get them turned back on as opposed to just transferring the service. And sometimes you can't get same-day service. So it was an honest mistake. It happens. It wasn't intentional, but it causes a lot of last-minute upset on both sides to remedy the utility situation. Same with your municipal requirements. Now again, like I said to Lee, we're all human. We all make mistakes, but if we follow the process, these things are handled in a timely fashion, and the transaction itself goes much, much smoother. So if you're kind of floundering and you don't know what to do, reach out to your agent on the buyer side or the seller side and say, what's next? You know, if they haven't given you a folder or the resources to guide you through the process, which they should, but sometimes they don't, reach out and say, what's next? When should I turn my utilities on in my name? When should I order the final readings for my utilities at my old house? What about insurance? What about mail? You know, all of those things.
Listen, easier said than done.
Easier said than done.
But I'm going to say this. Don't let all of these little bumps in the road spoil the
joy.
Exactly.
Yes.
Try to step out, because here's what happens. One day you'll wake up, in 10 years you'll be in that house.
Right.
And you'll be wishing the mail wasn't coming. And you'll get the bill that makes that makes you say, I wish they'd turn my electric off.
You want the magazine.
So live for the moment, right?
Yeah, and most of this stuff, 99% of it is fixable. But realize that, you know, people do make mistakes, and 99% of the time, again, they're not intentional.
All right, listen, when we come back, more of your phone calls. And again, anything on your mind, especially if you're getting ready to go out and look at some houses this weekend. You've got a meeting coming up with a real estate professional. You're looking for one. Hopefully you look to Lauren Klein, especially Coldwell Banker Murraysville. Anything. It's information that can help you. Pick up the phone. Call us 866-391-1020, 866-391-1020, or Dollar Bank Instant Access, KDKRadio.com. We'll come back with much more, including this just minutes away, an update on the royal wedding. They're now married, from CBS Radio.
Not get anything. We're not even going to see each other.
How long have you been married?
5 years.
Okay.
But we've been together for
that was a great wedding.
Yeah.
That was a royal wedding.
And so she got me Sarah's chocolate covered pretzels.
Well, I love them.
Like
the shopping bag.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, I get it now.
Rob put.
I would never do that. No, I heard him. I just wasn't.
Okay.
Wasn't connected.
He put cheese curls in a shopping bag, in Kate Spade's shopping bag. So she gets the bag
As
and she
if.
thinks there's a handbag in it,
As if. Yeah.
and it's cheese curls.
Honey, I'll never do that to you.
Let's
Come
just
on.
tease him. You
Look
would
at
never.
look at the crowd of people there.
I know. I can't believe it. They're lined up for how long?
They forced them to do that.
They do not force them to
There's
do
no way
that.
anybody gets that excited about these jerk-offs.
Not like it used to be. You're right.
That's not true.
I as a guy, I loved Diana. I thought she was great. She was sweet.
Yeah, that's when we had testosterone.
Who designed that
Yeah.
dress?
Right.
Now we have nothing.
I don't know. You can look it up.
What's that?
I want to know who
designed her dress.
designed the royal dress.
Well,
It's-
there was even talk about her wearing Diana's, but she didn't. I think it was Vanderbilt. What's her name's mom? Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper, yeah. You mean Diana's wedding dress?
No, hers.
Oh.
Hundreds of well-wishers and millions of TV watchers. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have vowed to stand by each other till
No offense, man. I've been a little tattered, tainted.
Sussex. CBS Steve
Ugh.
Hartman is outside Windsor Castle.
You know it's bad when you're dancing in your wedding song. You go, I heard this before, and you realize that's two weddings you use the same wedding song.
Archbishop of Canterbury basically.
What the hell?
I've heard this before.
Cheers came up. Everyone knew it was coming, but those were the words they.
Are we mesmerized by the royal wedding?
Smiles on everyone's
Mesmerized by.
right now.
What does amaze me is how it does come off without a hitch. I mean,
It is perfectly orchestrated.
Yeah, and nobody trips.
No, nobody trips.
I mean,
I love that.
or like, goes to eat like some fish and chips and it falls like on your shirt.
Yeah.
And they take a picture and it's a beautiful picture, but there's that big
Grease
stain.
mark.
Yeah. I mean, I had a little thing of mustard the other day. What's up? Okay, I'll get to it. Okay, they're going to survive without me. It's all good. I'll do it before the weather. Just tell me when.
They'll survive with that.
I mean, Jesus, I've said it 1,000 times.
At least.
You'd think you'd remember by now.
Even when I'm here.
I know. One of my best friends is that name, so it's just they're just jacking with me.
Metropolitan
Oh,
is
there's
the
Andy.
exclusive
All right,
of
man.
the Infinity from
Where are we at here,
Marble
Ben?
Glass window.
Fiberglass
Ronald
is
and
8
New
times stronger than
Alexandria.
mine, so the window frames are much thinner and allow
Are we
more
coming
light
back?
to enter your
I'm going to say hi to my nan this morning. She's in the
Got a minute and a
hospital.
half.
Okay, I'll do it after Mattress Factory. I got you.
When people actually take the time to compare, fiberglass outsells vinyl by about 25 to 1.
The crowd's gone now, but they're like, okay, that's a wrap.
Yeah. Or either that or that's the place they don't let 'em go.
51 in Whitehall.
Drop by our Route 19
Man, if I was
showroom
the
in
king,
Wexford.
Click on
we'd have some kind of party, man.
Or just
Yeah.
call 1-800.
We would. I'd have you and your wife over. We'd be up in Big Ben just looking down at everything.
What time is it over there?
Huh?
They're 6 hours ahead of us.
Okay.
commercials for years.
What's that?
I wanted to know what time it was over there.
Yeah, it's right now going on like 1 o'clock.
Okay.
For some customers, we have initially been a second
I was going to
thought.
say, boy, they all got up early.
Can you imagine?
Oh my God, you're just something else.
Sorry.
She thinks the world is flat, Rob.
Of what?
My wife thinks the world is flat. She was going to say, boy, they all got up early over in London. They all got up around 4,
Be
honey.
quiet.
Stand by. Hey, we can get married, but it's got to be at 5 a.m. How about me? Mine. I got off the air at 2 o'clock and was at the altar at 2:45. Twice. Maybe that's where I went wrong. Would always put
Here we
KDKA
go.
first.
Was not
Hold
the
on.
first place that popped into my mind, he said.
What?
But
I
now
don't know
we
what I'm
have a
supposed to say.
customer for life.
Something
The
about
original Mattress Factory.
Dukovich.
Make us your first choice
Dukovich. She
for
helped
the
me,
second
they'll
time.
help you.
Visit us
They help
on the
you with
web
the
at
important financial
mattress.com.
News brought to you by Dukovich Financial. They'll help you with the important decisions.
Now, here's
So
the
professional.
and accurate
So
forecast.
Retirement decisions.
Dr. Michael Vector DC, your natural
I don't want to say it's bad, but I have a 401Z plan. Life's over, man. I went and got my first test. I'm sitting this doctor named April, and she's going, listen, I go, really good. She goes, so what do you think? I go, listen, the best thing you could do is just load me up on some pills and send me home. She laughed. Nice girl, though.
I have to say hi to my nan. She's,
Oh, yeah, let's do
she's
that.
in the hospital.
Let's do that right now.
Yeah.
These are the people who make Pittsburgh work.
This girl has been showing her crying for like 3 hours.
What's her problem?
I don't know.
KDKA.
One of the things that I love about the Pittsburgh Property Diva and her husband, Chris Klein, they are all about family. And, you know, folks become a member of their family if they do business with them, but there's nothing like that biological family. And I've often said, if you have a grandmother and you have a mother, you are so wealthy and so fortunate. And I miss mine every single day. And she has a grandmother that is with us, but going through a bit of a tough time right now. So we wanted to take a little time to throw out some love.
Morning, Nanny. I know she's listening right now in between watching the royal wedding. So I hope you had a good sleep, and I hope you're feeling better, and I'll see you later.
Well, you know what, Nanny, listen, we tell everybody, just like with your favorite sports team, turn down the sound,
Yeah.
listen to the Pittsburgh Property Diva, and watch the royal wedding. But I don't know. She's seen a lot in her lifetime. God bless her.
She has. She's almost 90 years old, and we really want to get her to The Price is Right. That's where she wants to go, Burbank, California.
Really?
She wants to be on The Price is Right. So, Nanny, you got to get out of the hospital. I need you for graduation, and we're going to get you to The Price is Right.
Let me just say something about The Price is Right, Nanny. You're not alone. For years, no matter where I was at or what I was doing, even at work, I had to watch the Showcase Showdown. You know, and there's a number of reasons why I had to watch the Showcase Showdown. One of them got Bob Barker in trouble, but I honestly loved the Showcase Showdown
Wow.
as a kid.
She loves the whole thing, so.
Well, if you get better, Nanny, we want to bring you in sometime and let you actually sit with us in studio.
Yeah. Oh, she's a cutie. She's a pistol.
She's a good lady.
Yep.
Well, she takes after you and Chris. It's all good.
Thank you.
Let's go to Ronald in New Alexander. Ronald, how you doing? Welcome to KDKA Radio.
Good morning, Rob and Lauren.
Hi,
thank
Ronald.
you for taking my call.
Sure. How can I help?
A question. We're not sure exactly what to do because we never really moved around right a lot. I mean, we're retired and I live on about 40 acres, and my wife and I are unsure what to do in our final years. This is getting too much for us to take care of, and I'm wondering, I have a young person that approached me that's interested in the place,
Okay.
as is. I think it's in pretty doggone good condition. We've lived here for 38 years of the 40, and just wondered if you have any information that we might do now. We know, we've heard you in the past say you got to depersonalize your home, and raising 3 daughters that really excelled in the sport of swimming. You know, we got tons of trophies.
No.
We went to college for swimming, had scholarships.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I have been a hunter in the past, and I got mounted deer heads and bear on a wall, and my garage is a garage. It looks in good shape. I got shelf space, but I got a lot of tools. I've called an auctioneer. Is that the way to go here first?
Well,
to get rid of everything.
That's a good question.
think-
We've never answered that question.
yes, I think if you have a volume of things that you don't want, that somebody else might find valuable, you could have a house sale, you could have an auction, and there are a lot of different options for you to choose from. But if you don't have any use for this stuff, and certainly if you're selling your house, I would say eliminate all of those personal things, and an auction is a really good way to do that. So, and I don't know what the market is for like stuffed deer heads and bears and that kind of stuff, but an auctioneer will help guide you through the process. And if you have heirlooms and antiques and and your trophies, your girls are probably going to want. So I would tell the girls first, come get what you want, because I'm getting rid of the rest. And 40 acres of land is a lot of property. Where are you? Where's your house?
In bookcase like that we put in way back when they were in like 12, 14, and 15. And what the auctioneer did for us also, and I'm not sure what to do with this, my property, I came here with 12 acres, and then as property around us came up over the years, our 40 acres is on 4 deeds.
Okay.
And, like I say, there's a young man near us that says he's interested. If he will, we haven't talked money yet. Now, the auctioneer directed me to an appraiser. And he appraised the place almost a year ago. And, you know, we were a little bit insulted by the price, but that's because it's probably, like I've heard you say in the past, there's a lot of sweat equity that we have in the place, and it took time to put it all together. And maybe, you know, I'm personalizing my price too much, right?
Yes, you're taking it personal. And what you want to look at it as a business transaction. Even though your heart is in it, it's really a business transaction for the next person that comes along. Now tell me this, on your 40 acres, do you have public utilities, water, sewage, and like electricity and gas? Do you have all of those available?
This is the way it is out here. We're in what we call Unity Township.
Okay.
I'm between Latrobe and New Alec.
I have a closing in Unity next week, so I know exactly where you are.
Lauren, because you're breaking up for me.
I can hear you just fine.
Okay. This is we have a well, our own well. We don't have water or sewage out here. Water's about a mile away.
Okay.
And I've talked with township supervisor John Milan, and it's just like pulling teeth. Nothing against John. I don't know if it's a political type of thing or what. I know if I had water and sewage here, this land of mine would be maybe double the amount.
That's right. You're absolutely right. And when you don't have the public water and public sewage available, it's very expensive. So anybody who wants to build there or develop there has to put in individual sand mound or septic tank and dig wells. And you know, that gets very, very expensive. So I would definitely have the property appraised and use an auctioneer or a sales company to eliminate some of the stuff you've accumulated over the last 38 years.
All right. Hey, good luck with that, Ronald. We appreciate
Thank you,
the
Ronald.
call. One of the things any auctioneer will tell you, one mounted deer head usually only goes for $1. But on that note,
boy, it's early, Ron.
I waited 5 minutes to get that joke in. Anyway, Chris just got it. He's going to laugh all the way home. Listen, 866-391-1020. This is what we do best on this show, and it's just open conversation. We've had all sorts of great calls from all walks of life, different spectrums of this industry. If you have a real estate question, you know, the weekends are the busiest time of the week. You know, many of you getting ready to head out. Listen, this is a great way to get an answer, to kind of get your stuff together, cross T's, dot I's before you go meet your professional buyer, seller. That's what she does. She's from Coldwell Banker. She's in Murraysville, 412-628-8286. She's Lauren Klein. We'll be back with more of your calls next on KDKA Radio. Good morning.
My day is today. Are you going my way until the rising sun?
Like a retainer, monthly fee,
okay,
and she does everything.
Oh.
So you don't have to go through all the insurance companies and stuff. She's really good.
Huh. Where's her practice?
Yeah. William Flynn Highway. Here, take a look at this.
Let me see.
She's really good.
For the quality, affordable coverage your company deserves, there's
Well, how much does it cost?
I think it's $68 a month.
But you don't need no health insurance?
hard to believe that
Show that to your husband.
What if you have? I mean, like, yeah, if you have to go to the hospital or have some.
Yeah, she can do all that too.
Wow.
I gave her 68.
Care such as urgent care, ER visits, specialist visits, decreased cost medication. She gets a discount on meds.
Oh, how old's Queen Elizabeth? She gotta be 90.
I don't know.
Yeah, she is. She's definitely.
When it comes to technology for your business, would you rather choose?
You think that girl's scared, Lauren?
What?
You think that girl's scared?
Oh yeah. She's probably real nervous, but real excited. Oh look, she does have a veil on.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
She didn't have it when I saw her earlier.
Look at that crown.
Get used to it. Hey, can I have that piece of paper back?
Oh, sure.
Here.
Thanks, honey.
There you go. I appreciate it.
I want a crown like that.
I don't think I'd want to be that person. No matter what, I wouldn't live that life.
No, everybody watches everything you do.
Oh, what?
It would be so unsettling to me.
Boy, you know you're getting old. You have an itch. You look down. You're taking 3 layers of skin off your arm. What the hell is that?
It's scratching.
I'm so old.
I was like horrified until I heard him say off your
No.
arm. That little pause there. I was like, what's coming next?
It's been a long time. That doesn't even get touched anymore. Those days are over. Those days are over. I'm done.
Oh my God.
Here we go, guys. All right, listen, final few minutes, and we were kind of watching more of the royal wedding. The hats really do make the dress, don't they?
I am impressed. Look at the hat she has on.
That's Gail King. Isn't that nice?
Like, yeah, it's like a big giant feather.
I think it looks very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah. I should have wore a hat this morning.
You should have.
Yeah. I don't have any hats.
I was thinking, but Brock wore my one with feathers today,
Yeah.
so I decided to let him wear it.
He's got a pillbox on today.
He looks good, doesn't he? He does. Kind of got that Jackie Kennedy thing going, doesn't he? Listen, before we get back to our conversation, somebody right now is saying, you know what, is it too late because I really missed my opportunity with the early rush in the spring market?
No,
It's not, is it?
It's definitely not too late. I'm listing, I listed a couple houses last week. I have open houses tomorrow. I have a beautiful 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath house with an in-ground pool.
I saw the log cabin.
And I put the log cabin up last week on 15 acres with oil, gas, and mineral rights included, which is very unheard of. But it's private. It's right in the middle of all these trees. It's gorgeous. The house is impeccably maintained. And that's at 5010 Beach Road, Murraysville 15668. The other listing I just put up last week, I think I listed it at $439.9 at 2200 Elizabeth Court in Murraysville. That one has an in-ground pool. Great house for entertaining. Put up a couple other ones. I'm listing some new ones coming up this week that I'm excited about. And no, it is not too late. If you are ready and your house is show ready, photo ready, that's what you want. You want to make the best first impression you can when you get that house on the market.
Somebody wakes up today and their eyes open and they're like, you know what, standing there with a cup of coffee, this is the last summer I'm going to spend in this house.
I don't think it's too late. I really don't.
So you get a checklist, you sit down and start putting pros and cons on a legal pad? I mean, what do you do to get
people
started?
do all sorts of things. Sometimes they see a house that motivates them to move. So they'll say, oh, you know what, this is the house I've always wanted and it's for sale and I want it, so I'm selling mine. I hope you can buy one without having to sell the other, because your chances of getting a house contingent on the sale and settlement of another are probably close to 0. So.
Really?
Mm-hmm. No, the market's too good right now, and the inventory is too low for a seller to say, sure, I'll take my house off the market for 45 or 60 days while you try and list and sell yours. They're missing all the good action So it's not worth it to the seller.
One of the things that I remember from my late uncle, who did his real estate on his own and did very well with it. Matter of fact, never got past the 6th grade, bought a big building, bought some other things. Never worked for anybody in his life after he was like 16. I mean,
That's fabulous.
Yeah, he just an amazing career. Obviously, I didn't take after him, but he was incredible. But he'd always say, you can tell when it's good. People aren't willing to deal because they know they're getting a deal.
Right.
So there's not a lot of wheeling and dealing going on right now?
Not a whole lot. Very little wheeling and dealing. If anything, I'm putting houses up that are selling for full price in a day, 2 days on the market, and it's still a great market. Very little wheeling and dealing.
You know what upsets me? I see people that'll do this. Even though they know they're getting a good deal, they just feel as though they have to make a deal.
Right.
For an extra, give me a grand
There are a
off.
lot of people who really like to negotiate.
But you know what? If you can do it and you're comfortable, walk away.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it and be happy about it.
Leading up to closing, and we've got about 6 minutes left in the broadcast, and I know you've had your moments in some really almost hand-to-hand combat moments when it comes to closing, and that's the nature of the business. But
I rarely lose my temper.
But
rarely.
But well, let's just hope it doesn't happen now because I asked this question.
No.
It brings back bad memories. But tell me about leading up to closing, what people need to do and understand.
Okay, so I like to start 10 days before, and my clients get an email with a printout. Here's what's happening in the next 10 days. Here's what I need you to do in the next 10 days. We want the clear to close on the loan. This is for buyers and sellers. We're all watching the same stuff. We want the clear to close on the loan. I want you to call and order your final readings for your utilities for the day of closing or the day after closing. Call your homeowner's insurance company. Let them know you're selling the house. And move your stuff. Move it out. Pack it up. I want you out 2 days before closing. House clean, broom clean, free of all personal belongings, and ready to go with those extra keys, garage door openers, any manuals that you have, any receipts that you have for work that you've done recently. Put them all on this kitchen counter or put them in a drawer, but you want that house completely empty, broom clean, which is,
sweep it out if it ain't nailed down.
Right. Make sure it's, some people will go so far as to hire a cleaning company to come in and clean the house before the new buyers come in, which is so nice. Such a nice touch, and buyers truly appreciate it. And most of my clients, in fact, not most of them, almost 100% of them, do clean and make the house feel really nice for that next person to come in. It's important.
We have to take this question because I've often thought about this. Is it a good idea or not to buy a demo house? And that's what Beth in Wilkinsburg is going to ask the Pittsburgh Property Diva. Good morning, Beth. Welcome to KDKA Radio.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for picking the call.
Oh, it's Seth.
Hey, Seth. Good morning.
My eyes are going. What can I say?
Good morning. Good morning.
Go ahead, Seth.
I'm an exterminator.
Okay.
And per city ordinance, I get to do a pre-demo inspection.
Okay.
For rodents and whatnot. And I just completed one just this morning. And it looks, the house looks fantastic. I'm not necessarily sure what's going on with the demo. But I wanted to try to contact the owner. But I can't. I don't know how.
Well, you could look up the deed on Allegheny County. So if you have the address, you can go on Allegheny County Tax Assessment site and find the name of the owner. And in a lot of cases, the owner may be deceased. There may be back taxes. There are lots of different reasons why they would demo a house, and one of them is condition, but the other is back taxes or some other title defect. So I would go to Allegheny County Tax Assessment website, plug in the address, and you will get the name of the owner. If you can't get any information from the owner, you can always call the borough.
So if I went on to Metro Online and I got the owner's name, but what do you, like, how do I find the owner from there? Like, I'm gonna have to
Well, if they're alive, you can try and find them on whitepages.com, where there's it's a phone directory. And if you can't go that route, you might want to just get a hold of the municipal building. They might be able to help you too.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, have a good weekend. You're welcome.
Yeah, you do the same.
Thank you.
All right, Seth, take it easy. You got 1 minute. Anything on your mind? 1 minute.
Well, I would say if anybody is out there and they're thinking of buying or selling and you have questions, you could go to my website, pittsburghpropertydiva.com. There are 2 tabs, a buyer tab and a seller tab, and also my properties. But under each tab are lots of good forms and information, checklists, and all kinds of stuff to help guide you through the process. You can always call me, 412-628-8286, if you have questions buying or selling. And come see me at my open house tomorrow. I'll be there from 1 to 3 at 2200 Elizabeth Court in Murraysville.
And Nana, get well real soon. She's heading out to see you right now.
Love you, Nanny.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, coming up. Doc, your husband just coming. Thanks, Rob. All right, stay tuned. The news coming up next. And then an hour you won't want to miss when it comes to healthcare with Dr. Lynn. Stay with us.
The preceding
That was a good one, Rob.
It was. Listen.
Thank you. I feel a little bit more awake now than I was.
Good.
Bye, everybody. Have a good
Bye,
weekend.
everybody.
Thank you. It was live on